Good Monday morning and welcome to the Thrift Store Rundown, where we are once again bringing home my most favorite TV love triangle on a budget. Friends, The Bachelor, and Pretty Little Liars. Perked up roses and rosewood. And I gotta say, it's always nice whenever any magazine cover I feature carries 1/3 of promise, at least according to the show's title. Then again, this is bittersweet. The Friends reunion in crisis. Find out why. Well, I'll tell you why, among many other things. COVID. Then again, what's COVID not to be blamed for in 2020? In keeping with the coronavirus era line of magazines that I'm highlighting for this iteration of Perked Up R&R, I now bring to you the November 30th, 2020 edition of Us Weekly, retailing at $5.99 in the US, $1 more in Canada, yet purchased for $1 at, believe it or not, the Montclair Book Center in Montclair, New Jersey. On the day of filming, my hype for that store has since gone down because their inventory has since gone down, although they're now starting to sell magazines. Mind you, they're not oozing out the walls with them. In fact, I found 4 celeb gossip magazines, one of them being the National Enquirer, which I would never touch with a fishing rod. The other being Life and Style, which is slightly less heinous than the National Enquirer, but still didn't make the cut. And the other 2 were 2 copies of this particular copy of Us Weekly magazine, which definitely made the cut. Plus, you get a dozen extra pages. 12 extra pages of exclusives, photos, and news. For Perked Up R&R, we're gonna highlight one of each point that makes this love triangle terrific. And we'll begin in the red carpet section, Velvet Crush. Take cues from Holt Hollywood and usher in the holiday season in this plush fabric. And I will give you 2 examples here. Lucy Hale in a Tommy and Zendaya suit pictured February 5th. To me, this looks like Aria Montgomery running a 1970s discotheque in New York City, and then it going horribly awry, ending up in a story that you'll see on FX someday, in one of those American Horror Story things. That's just what this looks says to me. Meanwhile, Riverdale's Queen Bee, Madeline Petz, aka Cheryl Blossom, is giving some Emerald vibes in this Ellie Saab Couture number, February 9th. Yep, green with envy. Although slightly. I'm not much of a Riverdale fan, but in a rare instance, and one that actually leaves me kind of gobsmacked, I gotta give Madeline the win over Lucy Hale in the Velvet Crush section. We'll move on to the loose talk section and talk about how Sage can get rid of any lingering cuss vibes if you ever seen Total Drama Island. I am of a certain era. I like to assume that Tayshia Adams, former Bachelorette, and Clare Crawley's successor never watched or even heard about Total Drama Island, which by the way is a masterpiece of animated reality television spoofing. But she said she saged the place and got some good juju in there, taking over Clare Crawley's space after she haphazardly picked Dale Moss during her time as the Bachelorette, just following her heart for all the wrong reasons. Oh, Clare Crawley, yeah, you stood on your own 2 feet, but you were a lousy Bachelorette. Tayshia was much more sensible, much more open, and I have to say, a lot sexier. So that's your loose talk. In the love life section, Nikki Garcia, aka WWE Hall of Famer and one of the great loves in my life, alongside her twin sister Brie, Nikki Bella, one half of the Bella twins, and her then boyfriend, later turned husband, and now sadly ex-husband, Tim Tigvichev, after Dancing with the Stars, want to give extra effort in their relationship through communication and, as Nikki says, incredible sex. Which of course led to the birth of their son, Mateo. For his sake, I hope they get their acts together. Because even then, with the quote, incredible sex they shared, why, Tim? Why did you have to blow such a surefire thing? If anything, it's giving me false hope for the day that I marry Nikki Bella. Then again, I would have to take dance lessons. I sure know who I don't want as my ballroom dance teacher. Anyway, let's go to the one where the Friends reunion was delayed again. This was the late great Matthew Perry, our beloved Chandler Bing, giving us an update on when the Friends reunion, which would eventually be Emmy nominated for HBO Max, would begin filming at Warner Brothers Studios, with a small, socially distant, yet definitely enthusiastic studio audience, the way it was meant to be. Filming would be rescheduled for the beginning of March, where he and his friends would reunite for the last time. Courtney Cox, Monica Geller, the love of my life on both counts, was bittersweetly prophetic when she said it would be the last time that all 6 of them would get together for Friends. See Jennifer Aniston, Rachel, Chandler, of course Maddie, David Schwimmer, Ross, Lisa Kudrow, who definitely ages like fine wine, Phoebe, and Matt LeBlanc. Joey, never again will there be a full-on Friends reunion, but should the remaining 5 ever get back together again, I like to think there's one friend who'll be smiling down upon them, out of pain forevermore. Moving on to Stranger Than Fiction. Oh goodness. This is part of the 12 extra pages of exclusives and photos and news and scoop and gossip and trashy nostalgia. And you thought things got out of hand on The Bachelorette? Us looks back on the most outlandish reality shows to ever air on television. All of them competition-based, such as the celeb diving competition, Splash on ABC. A Prince Harry mock running competition, I Wanna Marry Harry for Fox. Scream Queens for VH1, trying to win a role in a horror movie, one of the Saw movies. Who's Your Daddy, which actually puts a Bachelor-style twist on adoption. Farmer Wants a Wife for the CW, later revived on Fox, and Joe Millionaire on Fox, which kind of started the whole BS dating competition series in the first place. I personally don't give a fat rat's rear end about today's Love Island or Temptation Island or Grosse Point Blank Islands, or all those villas for that matter, but at least all of them have a lot more sense than these haphazard, pathetic excuses for reality competition shows, especially Who's Your Daddy. I want to know, whose cockamamie idea was it to come up with a reality competition show based upon adoption? It looks like somebody at Saturday Night Live who got fired wanted to stick it to them by creating this pathetic excuse for a reality competition show. Who would want to stick it to Lorne Michaels and desecrate that field and this field in the first place? My reality competition shows remain Wipeout, I Survived a Japanese Stage Show, Hell's Kitchen, and Fear Factor, of course. Can Total Drama Island count even though it's an animated spoof? Total Drama Accident World Tour would also count. But, whatever. Stranger Than Fiction. All of these shows make the Bachelor cinematic universe look like something you would see on PBS. Although they don't want to deal with that. They got enough problems as is. Just for fun, let's go ahead and highlight a day in the life of Leanne Rimes, country artist extraordinaire. Rising and shining at 6 a.m. with a tiny espresso with vitamins. Bouncing on the trampoline, aka the rebounder, at 9 a.m. Getting a head start with the crock pot on dinner at 11 a.m. with a yummy white bean chili. You see the time here, 11 a.m., and you see this cookie vessel here? I can only assume it's been done on the crock pot or slow cooker. Who starts dinner at 11 a.m. otherwise? Anyway, she also does a podcast by herself for iHeartRadio, Only Human, and with her family. Husband Eddie Cibrian, their marriage came out as a result of an affair. And their sons Mason and Jake. And of course, they're all decked out in their COVID protection gear. I think that's all we will write for this. Then again, Us Weekly already wrote it down themselves. Much more truthful than any National Enquirer or Life and Style magazine, separate or put together. And now I'll put my hands together for this set awarded. Oh man, I don't like being indecisive about the final rating. I'm getting told that I do 4.5 out of 5 claps too often, but this one is perfect because you got all 6 friends and you got Lucy Hale. Oh yeah, 5 out of 5 claps. This is still my channel, and I gotta tell you, the fine folks at Us Weekly did very well. By the way, the Stranger Than Fiction section actually came as a part of the 12 extra pages, so yeah, the Dirty Dozen really does make a difference. Even during the time when we were all supposed to stay 6 feet apart, we could still double down on the reasons why Us Weekly remains the standard in celebrity gossip here at TSR. Thank you so much for watching. Please join me when our sexy siren sounds again next Monday morning. Rachel Green is unequaled. You know, Rachel from Friends? Maybe a Lifetime Achievement Award in the future for Jen will probably make things even.
What's next? The trampoline park?
Yes! Hell yeah!
Hello guys, it's David Romero.
I'm gonna be famous!
Like, comment, subscribe, good night, and see you in the next video.
Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.